Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Raj. Welcome to ShareTreck. And here are my thoughts after scanning what's happening out here. My biggest regret is that I was very bearish and I started going shorts. I took all the cash out, booked my profits way too early. And right now I'm too scared to get in, and I can see really amazing profits being lost. So it's another lesson for me to be very gradual in getting out of the market. And yeah, that's the major thought that I have this morning. I'm looking at the stock market. The U.S. stock futures are steady to highly positive this morning after the S&P 500 um, came close to a record high, and it closed at a record high yesterday. And as just before 7:30 a.m., Dow futures are up a little bit. And I think if you look at the S&P 500 futures, they're virtually unchanged, but still positive. Nasdaq is also slightly positive. Today marks a crucial day for corporate earnings, with several notable companies set to report results before market opens. American Express, Charles Schwab, and 3M are among those on deck. And as I was preparing for this morning, I have not been able to actually see their results, but I know that they are due today and they might be out as I speak. Analysts are closely watching these results. For example, American Express is expected to post robust earnings growth, continuing its streak of outperforming expectations. And the broader implication is that if these bellwethers beat estimates, it could reinforce the market's upbeat outlook and provide the fuel for further gains, especially in sectors linked to consumer and financial strength. Even as equities are trading near all-time highs, the background noise remains mixed. Investors are cautiously optimistic that this earnings season will confirm the bull case for stocks, especially as high-profile names continue to benefit from the ongoing AI and technology boom. However, it's worth noting that earnings growth for S&P 500 this quarter is projected at just under 5% year over year. And I think that is signaling the pace of growth is moderating. Guidance from the management teams of various companies will be especially important because as retail investors, we'll be looking for commentary on demand, margins, and the ability to weather ongoing tariff and geopolitical uncertainties. Meanwhile, pre-market trading is active as usual, with certain stocks showing early large price moves in reaction to news events and earnings pre-announcement. I think we should keep an eye out for surprise winners and losers as the session unfolds. And internationally, European indices are generally higher following the US lead and reflecting a positive global risk tone heading towards the weekend. There is good amount of liquidity also out there, it seems. In summary, the market narrative this morning is one of stability with an undertone of anticipation, with stocks at record levels and a pivotal earnings day ahead. Traders seem poised but cautious, waiting for stronger signals before making big moves. And I think personally that I'm a bit shell-shocked. My bearish thesis did not come out, and all the things that I thought the technical analysis on the charts were telling me are yet to happen. So I am at this point of time in a analysis paralysis kind of a situation. I'm not able to put any money into the market right now, even though I'm sitting on cash. I've already booked my profits, and I'm not in a position to let go of my shorts of the Mag 7 and the S&P 500, because I am thinking that if I book the loss and sell it now, the next thing that's going to happen is that the market goes down. So I'm in that kind of a paralysis. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting and watching what's happening. And I would like to hear from you guys. How is your situation? Is your portfolio doing well? Have you taken premature profit like me, or are you still in the running? Just give me a feedback of what you think is happening with the market, because it's not fitting with my worldview of what should be happening. Now, that said, I would like to go and start having a look at what's happening in our various stocks. Let us start off with the futures first. And you can see S&P 500 futures out here. Let me go into the one-day view. where each candle is a one-day candle, we can see that S&P 500 is mildly up 0.02%. One saving grace is that our technical analysis is spot on. We are still within the ranges that we said we will be. And for today, the upper range is going to be 6,389 and the lower range is going to be 6,288.25. We can see that the bullish sentiment is waning a little bit, but still bullish. MACD is bearish, and we are on overbought condition. And there's a little bit of effort going on to mend the bearish divergence. Next, we look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ is up 0.05% in pre-market trades. We still have this diagonal line of resistance, which is holding us back. And we have a very optimistic bullish projection of 25,929.50. And friends, am I putting my money where my mouth is? No, I am really scared. I don't think we are going to reach that number, but at least from a cup and handle perspective, that's where I think we are going to end up. I could be wrong, but I don't want to risk my money on this. So I'm waiting and watching. But as I see the NASDAQ keep on creeping up, I can't but help think that I was right about 25,918, but that's very fantastic to believe. And also we have this bearish divergences going on. So this is the confusion that I have, and I'm stuck. Now look at dollar index, it's down 0.32, moving in tandem with the yields which are going down. And I think this would mean that gold is going up. So let us go and have a look at the indicators. Look at gold, and gold is up. This is basically the reflection of the weakness of the dollar. That's all. And at this point of time, I think we are looking at a bear flag out here, and we are riding this bull channel. So this place also, I'm not very sure whether I want to get into gold right now. Of course, we have a target out here for 3,718.08. The question is, when do we enter so that our downside risk is limited? So if we look at this diagonal line of support, one would consider that our downside is quite limited and we would bounce off from here. But I would like to wait and watch a little bit more. I'm a bit risk averse. And if you look at QQQ, it seems that we are up 0.11% in pre-market trades. And let us go on to have a look at AI. And AI, I think NVDA is doing absolutely fabulous, 0.53% gain in pre-market trades, and this diagonal line of resistance became a diagonal line of support, and we are way above that, and we blew past our target of 162.06, which looked pretty high at that time, and we are marking all-time highs. Do I want to get into the stock market at this time? Well, the bearish divergence is moving away, but RSI is so overbought that traditional wisdom would say that this is very risky at this stage. But I'm staying away. I don't have the risk appetite for that. Meta is up 0.20%, but as you can see, Meta is on a downward slide. It's already on a bear channel. So we have this shoulder here. We have this head here. Are we going to form another shoulder? That's the question I'm looking at. And if you look at Google, it's up 0.55%, steadily moving upwards. And I think the MACD is bullish and momentum is also pretty good. Plenty of room on the RSI. So Google should be going up further. I have a little bit of Google, 100 Google, that's all. I had at one point of time, I had around 600 or 700 on the Canadian side. But I just have 100 left, and that's still riding with the gains out here. Amazon is up 0.19%, but Amazon has got a nationwide lawsuit, class action lawsuit, after a judge allowed authors to go ahead in a case claiming that the company illegally downloaded 7 million books for AI training. And now we have to see how this comes out. And next we have Palantir is another thing that I want to look at. So let us see the next one. Okay, let me look at Microsoft first. Microsoft continues moving up. This morning, it's up 0.19%. And Deutsche Bank is saying that Microsoft price target should be 550. Earlier, they had it at 500, and they have kept a buy rating. So I think I have been seriously bearish overall on the market outlook. I had a lot of Microsoft. I took tremendous profits and I sold off. And I bought a short when the gap up happened. So today I'm going to sell off the short and I'm going to book my losses. And at the same time, I'll go and buy a little bit of Microsoft. I just hope I'm not buying it at the wrong time and I'm not selling the shorts at the wrong time. But it's time I have to limit my exposure. I'm looking at Tesla, which is up 0.54%, but we have a diagonal line of resistance, which is going to be playing the role of resistance today at 326.07. And Oracle is doing exceptional. It's doing phenomenally well. And pre-market, it's up 0.38%. And Scotiabank is rating Oracle as the sector outperform with a $300 target for Oracle. And we are way far from there. So there's still plenty of room for Oracle to go up. And in my opinion, it's forming a bullish pennant. So let us see what happens for Oracle. And next, I would like to look at Palantir. So if you look at Palantir, it's up 0.39% in pre-market trades. And I'm getting increasingly convinced that our price target of 161.31 is where it is going. Will I buy Palantir today? I don't think so. I'm just going to reduce my short exposure. I'm not going for any longs at this point of time. And then I'm going to look at Genomics, which is another place where we have some stocks that have caught my attention. If you look at Caribou Biosciences, you can see Caribou Biosciences formed a bull flag and broke out. And for Caribou Biosciences, I would say this is the bull flag. And from the point of breakout, if I pull this out and put it here, I would put a price target of 2.24 for Caribou Biosciences. And right now, pre-market, we are up 1% at 1.85. Do these bull flags always materialize? It's a probability that we are going to touch that price target. There is no guarantee as such, but sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, momentum is pretty strong. And the RSI, even though it is very close to overbought, it has not reached the level at which we have turned back in the past, which is 78.39. So I think that there's a fair chance that we could reach there. The other stock I want to talk about in genomics is CRISPR Therapeutics. And in CRISPR Therapeutics, we are up 5.21% in pre-market trades. And the way I look at it is that we have a bear flag forming right now. We are down here. Now, I would watch this for a few more days before forming any conclusions. One way of looking at this would be that we have a bull flag and this is the flag portion of it. The other way of looking at it would be that this is the bear flag and we are coming up out here. So I want to spend a little more time on this to analyze this and make up my mind on whether I'm seeing a bull flag or a bear flag. So give me some time on that. But I think those who have bought CRISPR have already made money, and now would be a time to probably put a covered call or something. Again, personal opinion, not financial advice. And I'm looking at Vertex again, and I think we have a fantastic bull flag forming for Vertex. Now, this is the bull flag. This is the length of the bull flag, in my opinion. And today, pre-market, we are down 0.06, but at any time, if we break out from this bull flag, let us say we break out here, then I think 506 would be the target. But right now, we don't have a breakout. We just have the bull flag forming. So I would expect it to break out anytime. So those are the things that I'm looking at this morning. The other company I'm looking at is Precision, which doesn't have any pre-market trades. Their BLA is going to be approved or rejected somewhere in the third week of August. That's why I'm into this stock. I think overall this stock is bullish and there will be a bit of volatility. I think 83% of BLA get approved. That is the stats that I'm looking at. So I'm pretty confident that Precision would get a positive. And I also released this morning a video on Precision and their therapy. So you would like to look at the RRP therapy, which is what I'm talking about out here. And yeah, that kind of brings me to a end of today's session. I've been looking at the latest the latest movement. I've not covered all the stocks that are there, just the ones that I'm interested in. But if you want me to talk about any particular stock, please feel free to let me know and I will check that out for you. There's a little bit of a lag on our live stream, so I'm going to wait a few minutes to see if you have anything for me. Otherwise, I think I'm ready to move on. So friends, have a nice day.